Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing a very late, hopefully quick, double review, because that's right, you read the title correctly. We are reviewing Mission Lilo, the Final Stich-oning, aka we're reviewing both Lilo and Stitch and Mission Possible Final Reckoning in the same video. I got around to seeing both films. I saw them opening night, and I did a double feature of seeing Lilo and Stitch in Dolby and Mission Impossible in IMAX. So I thought I'll give you some quick thoughts, hopefully, even though this is very late. Let's start with one that I actually saw first, that being Lilo and Stitch. In case you're wondering, I did see the original movie, but I literally saw it like a day or two before I saw the live action, and I really liked it. I thought the original was adorable and hilarious, and I have pretty much the same thoughts about this live action one. I think it's both adorable and hilarious. There's some fun Stitch antics. The actress, the little girl who plays Lilo, does a surprisingly amazing job, especially because technically she has to act alongside a CGI character, which means that for that little girl, she's not really talking to anything on the set because it happens in the computer. But so she does an amazing job with that, and it's just a fun, family-friendly, adorable, hilarious adventure. Multiple jokes made me laugh throughout it. And every time Lilo and Stitch were on screen doing whatever shenanigans, I was having a good time. I'm not sure how I feel about how they changed the ending with the antagonist. They made a change with the antagonist there. I'm not going to say too much because I'll try to keep it spoiler free, even though you've probably already seen it. However, there's another change that they made in the end with Lilo's sister, Nina. I think that's her name. I'm not very good with remembering their names. But one change that they made with the sister, Nina, I believe is her name, storyline, I actually really like. I like how they ended it. I know some people don't. I do. I think it made a bit more sense than the original, a bit more realistic. It is a bit sadder, but it is still, I think, really good. I really like how they changed that ending. Even though that's probably not going to be a popular opinion, I really liked how they did that. So yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing both together is because I don't have too much more to say about Lilo and Stitch. Because, yeah, it was fun. It was adorable. It was hilarious. Should you see this in theaters? I would say, if you are a huge fan of the original, yes, go see this in theaters. You probably already did. But why are you waiting? Go see this in theaters. If you're not a fan of the original Lilo and Stitch, if you have the money and the time, I'd still say go see it in theaters because it's still a fun time at the movies. Especially if you get a full theater and you get to laugh along with the crowd. Okay, now let's move on to Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. This is another franchise that I've actually been behind on. I saw the first 4 movies, I think, on the not that long, a couple years ago, and then I haven't caught up with them. This year, I finally binged watched through all of them, 1 through 7, and I really like a good portion of them, especially 4 through 7. And now with this new one coming out, I saw it and I think it's really good. I do think that first hour is very slow. They probably could have cut out most of it. The movie is way too long, way longer than it needs to be. And you can really feel it in that first hour because it feels slow. It feels like we're taking forever to get going. But when we do get going, it's a freaking blast. Once we get going, the action is just crazy. The 2 action scenes specifically that I was just at the edge of my seat, I could feel the tension, and I was having so much fun, was the submarine scene and the climax, the airplane scene, especially knowing that Tom Cruise is crazy and is doing this stuff for real. He's actually hanging off of planes when he's filming these scenes. It's just adrenaline pumping. It was so cool to see, especially on the big screen. I got to see this one in an IMAX, so I got to see it full IMAX enhanced. It was a blast. That's where I think that it's kind of funny is that the first hour, slow. I mean, I didn't hate it. I wasn't like dreading my time during that first hour, but I was kind of like, can we just get going? I really want to get to the action. I want to get to the good stuff. And then we get there, and it's just nonstop. Yes, let's go. So that's really enjoyable. Also, it's called The Final Reckoning. Supposedly, this is the final Mission Impossible movie, but I do not know if I believe them, especially because the way they ended it, it didn't feel like a true ending. It just felt like how every other Mission Impossible movie has ended. Part of me kind of wishes that it felt like a better, more conclusive ending. But I think it's possible they may have done that because they do want to make more, and they were just doing this as a marketing stunt. Maybe it's more like an end of an era, kind of like what Endgame was for the MCU. I don't know. I think they probably should have had a more conclusive ending. That way, it could be like, yeah, this is the final reckoning. This is it. Especially because they tied in plot points from a bunch of previous films into this one in a really good way, I thought, especially because there's no way they were planning this that long in advance. But they were able to bring stuff in from previous films into this one in a really good way, in my personal opinion. So it was a fun time. But I'm even though they're saying this is the last one, I'm not sure if I believe them. If it is the last one, I do think it is a pretty good finale. If it's not the last one, well then, as long as it continues to be good, because I feel like this franchise, especially 4 through 8 now, has been very, very good. Should you see this in the theaters, again, if you haven't already, I would say, if you're a Mission Impossible fan, if you are an action fan, you already saw this in the theaters, and if you didn't, yes, go see this in theaters. What are you waiting for? Go now. If you are not a fan of Mission Impossible, I would still say go see it in theaters, because it's still a good time. Again, if you have the time and money. I understand not everybody will have the time and money, so you might as well just wait for streaming. I'm not saying that you should just cancel all your plans and spend all your money to go see this one. But if you do have the money to spare, you do have the time to spare, I'd say go see this in theaters, even if you're not a hardcore fan. But yeah, that's pretty much my very quick thoughts on both Mission Impossible Final Reckoning and Lilo and Stitch. This double feature, the Mission Lilo, the Final Stich-oning. What a great day at the movies this was, seeing both of these films. It was a blast. I got to watch an adorable, funny family film, and then a thrilling action spy film. What a fun double feature this was. But yeah, thank you so much for checking out to watch this video. If you have already seen both, or even just one of these movies, go ahead in the comments below and tell me what you thought of the movies. Tell me if you love them, you hate them, you think they're okay. Did you prefer Lilo and Stitch or Mission Impossible? Also, you can even tell me like where Mission Impossible ranks, or if you prefer animated or live action Lilo and Stitch. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Very late, kind of quick video. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!